It is that time. We do it every week. We'd like to welcome aboard R&R in the Morning, the head football coach of your Dallas Cowboys, Mike McCarthy, brought to you, as always, by AA Best Bail Bonds. Coach, welcome aboard. How you feeling this morning?
Feeling great. How about yourself?
Oh, we're feeling good, Coach.
Feeling good?
I'm glad you're back in the fold, back at work. We were all a little concerned for you. We're happy you're feeling better.
Oh, yeah. No, it's great to be back. And, the irony of it is last time we were on the radio, that's when I got the news, actually.
Yes, sir. And I wanted to bring that up real quickly. So we were trying to piece the timeline together after we went off air. How quickly did you find out 2 weeks ago that you had tested positive? Was it right after you got off air? Did you go into a meeting and they come lasso you and pull you out, or how did exactly?
No, literally, we were on the show and I got the text message. I appreciate you guys, blooping out the holy, the reaction. But I could have fell out of my chair. I couldn't believe it. So, but yeah, it was literally during our show last time we were on.
How's life in the hotel?
It's coming to an end today, so this is a big day
because that sucks. Yeah. Anybody who's spending long term in a hotel, I don't care how nice it is, it's still awful.
Yeah, no, it'll be good to get back to some regularity and some normal interaction with my family. So yeah, we're getting through this.
That's good. So you feeling you 100%? Any hangover, Coach? Are you good?
No, I'm good. Yeah, no, I feel good. But yesterday was a first full day here at work, and yeah, so.
So, Coach, I got to ask you. So, your first full day back after taking a little bit of sick leave, but you were working every day. Then you go out and I'm not going to say you guaranteed, but you certainly made a lot of press yesterday. Was that intentional?
No, I think it was more just to give an honest answer. As part of the conversation I was in with with our local media. We're talking more big picture and, with this state and the mindset of the football team. I think you get more some of those questions when you come out of a bye weekend, type scenario that we just came out of, coming off of a Thursday game last week in New Orleans. So, I was really just reflecting how we feel and our confidence and really understanding the urgency and the importance of this game. And that was the intent.
Make you not want to answer anything else, right, Coach? You see, I give y'all a good answer, and this is what happens. Make you just
that's part of it. I mean, it's just like anything. It was an honest answer of how we feel and what our outlook is.
Coach Mike McCarthy joining us on his regular Friday appointed schedule, brought to you by AA Best Bail Bonds. So let's talk about what we're headed into this week. Washington feeling good about themselves. What is it about Washington? What has changed? What turned the corner for them? Is it Ron just getting his team in order? Did they figure something out? What are you seeing on film that made them the team today that we did not see a month ago?
Oh, I think it's their formula for winning is definitely in sync. I think you're looking at a team that does a really good job controlling the clock. Doing a really good job. With the mix of run to pass. You look at their situational offense, they're playing very well. It's a defense that does an excellent job stopping the run. So, play on special teams. So, particularly the last 4 games, I think you see a football team that's playing very well, complementary football, and it's just going to be
Coach, real quick,
a big challenge, like it always is for us, as we know.
When you say complementary football, explain to most listeners what you mean by that.
Well, I think the offense plays to the defense, and field positions is a priority. Time of possession is a priority. I see there's a consistency of how they call the game, how they approach the game. And at the end of the day, what's most important is the execution of the game. So, when you're complementary football, you're doing a good job staying in favorable down and distances. There's a commitment to touches in the run game. In a ball control fashion. They're doing a good job in first and second down, winning it down with the run defense. So. It brings a balance and a more regularity to the performance of the team.
Understand.
In your experience, Coach, is this around the time of the year where everybody kind of has figured everyone out? I mean, I know there's this team is struggling offensively, that team's struggling defensively. There's talk. Well, the offense doesn't look like it did the first half of the season. Is this the part of the year where everybody kind of figures everything out and it gets tougher on everybody?
Definitely. I mean, December football is the hardest of the year, and I think the way the league is lined up with these division games has made it even more competitive. And I think that's what's so exciting about our opportunity here. So, yeah, I mean, you're it isn't like you're going to put a bunch of new scheme in
Right.
each week at this point of the year. I mean, it's all about execution, and everything you do this time of year is execution. So, yeah, well, I mean, I think you have trends and patterns of how people are attacking you. You look at just no different if when we're installing our defense. We're putting in the plays that we anticipate Washington playing, but we're also listing the plays and the concepts that people continue to run against us that have been successful against us. So you're coaching the self scout and the opponent at the same time, because that's really what these games come down to. So I mean, they're not going to get too far outside of how they want to play. They'll have variations and wrinkles off of the things they've done. So our anticipation awareness there has to be heightened. But yeah, this is the time of year that it's really about the players' execution, and we got to make sure we're giving our guys a chance to do that.
Any update on Pollard and Zeke and the running game, Coach?
No, we had good work yesterday. So felt good about the padded practice. We haven't had a padded practice in a while with the stretch we've been on. So it was good to get back out in a full blown mode there. So Zeke and Tony, both working limited. When Zeke was full. So, but yeah, we'll just continue to go through this, and we'll be ready to go Sunday.
Mike McCarthy joining us here on San Antonio Sports Star. Coach, we were actually up at Army-Navy up in New York for the Army-Navy game. Have you ever had a chance to come by and see the game?
I have not. So, I have not been in the Army game.
Well, you've probably been busy. One of those things you've been at work.
He kind of,
Yeah.
NFL coaches, they're busy right around this time. Coach, are y'all feeling in the effects of what's the mindset like with this extra game this season? It's the first time ever anybody played 17 games. Is there a difference in the approach, or is this like you just worry about it when you get there?
No, I think it's something when you lay out your schedule. I think I know as a head coach, you kind of have a full season schedule laid out. Now you obviously got to be able to tweak and adjust that. As far as how the injuries and the state of your team are going. But yeah, it's frankly, coming out of this bye weekend, we started Wednesday what we call our winter schedule. So there's the meeting times are cut back a little bit. The practices on the field times cut back some. So we're definitely cognizant of the workload.
Is that just to lighten the load and the effects on the body, just to shorten the practices up?
Yes, and that's something you do every year. But obviously, with the 17th game, you got to be very cognizant of it.
Interesting. I hadn't considered that. Winter rules. He is Mike McCarthy, head coach of the Dallas Cowboys, joining us here on San Antonio Sports Star. Coach, coming up on a Wednesday on a rivalry game, a division game with Washington. That this team is different defensively than they were, and it seemed to have happened right about the time Chase Young got hurt. What's the difference with that team on defense? Because you brought it up a bit. They stopped the run, but they weren't when Chase Young was in there. How is it possible that they got better losing one of the better defenders I've ever seen play on the defensive line?
Well, I just think it's like anything. It's 11 man, and I think just the way that the seasons go. I mean, I think some teams get in sync at different times of year. Also, the challenges that they're playing against, but it's historically under Jack, they've always done a good job how they challenge you, with run defense, and so I just think you're seeing a team that's playing really good football right now.
Speaking of rivals, Coach, you came from the Green Bay Chicago rivalry. Now you're in the Washington Dallas rivalry. Talk about these games, and as far as you got new players, you got guys that just getting to the Cowboys, you got rookies. What's it like for the new guys trying to get used to and take on the responsibility of big games like this as far as rivalries?
Yeah, I think it's important, especially the first time through it. We did the same thing with Philadelphia and the New York Giants. Just make sure our new guys and young guys understand the importance of the game. We obviously understand the importance of it being a division game and so forth, but it's important to the fans, and just the extra energy that comes into these games, into the stadium. So I think that's what makes the NFL so much fun. You have these type of games, and especially playing these guys twice in 3 weeks. So it's a great rivalry to be a part of.
Yeah, what do you think? You brought it up a bit, how they backloaded the schedule with all your division games. What do you think? Is that something you like, or would you rather have them peppered out throughout the season instead of having to deal with them over and over in a quick fashion like this?
Well, one thing you learn as a head coach in this league, it doesn't matter what you like. So that's just the way it is. But I think, the parity component and the competitive spirit heightened at this time of year. I think that's part of what the league's after. Obviously, I think the marketing of these games is also a huge benefit too. So, I think it's all part of the challenge. Then you brought up the 17th game. So, hey, this is a difficult league to win a game each and every week, and they definitely just heightened it here in December, which, as we know, is you have to run this gauntlet here to get to where you want to get to.
Mike McCarthy joining us here on ESPN San Antonio as we prepare for the Washington football team.
Yeah. Coach, you still there?
Hello? Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
Yeah, we got a bad connection. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, I can barely hear you guys.
Oh, okay.
Bring it back up. I think we're up.
Okay. Well, Coach, good luck this week. But I was going to ask you, I know we got a bad connection, but I was going to ask you, going back to the whole guarantee thing and looking at the numbers since the bye week, was that something you just felt like your team needed because you haven't played as well since the bye week and they needed a little bit of confidence booster? Was that you just being a leader?
I was being honest with you. I gave an honest answer to the state of how I feel and how I feel our football team's approaching this.
We'll do that again.
This competition, but yeah, I'm not real caught up in how other people feel about it. To me, it's irrelevant. It's all part of our focus and what we got in front of us.